This is part
We're back,
3,
baby.
The Betrayal. Robert, are you ready?
I am ready for the betrayal.
I
It'll just take
said,
about an hour.
are
It'll take about an.
you ready?
I am ready.
In
Spoiler alert. It's gonna take about an hour and 20 minutes to get to said betrayal.
You really needed to get that out, huh?
I did.
In 3, 2, 1, play.
So I don't know if you remember this, but there is a second title card way late in this episode. That's the betrayal. I'm like, oh, we're at the betrayal part. Okay. And
There's
this
title card number
is
1.
and this is maybe the most jarring start to any of these episodes. They're operating on a guy we don't know, we haven't met, who's now dead, and that's sad, I guess. With a lady we haven't met before helping out, who will be really important later, that I didn't even know was introduced here. So I'm guessing this is elaborated more on in the book.
Yeah, one of the guys that Stu meets at that like house that he's hanging out with has an appendix burst, and that's
Okay.
what's happening here.
Well, it would be nice to meet this guy. This feels like something you probably could have cut. If you're gonna cut the setup, I don't know why this is here. And also the judge character we meet here, played by Ozzie Davis.
I've seen him in
Who
something, I just can't think of what.
yeah, he's in lots of stuff. He's in the '90s 12 Angry Men remake, which is very good.
Oh,
And
okay. I haven't
also,
seen that, but I've seen of it. Like,
it's really good. But also, this guy Ozzie Davis was married to Ruby Dee, who plays Mother Abigail. So they apparently appeared in
is
tons of
that
stuff together.
nepotism?
How dare she
Stop
get her husband
casting
cast
married
in this?
people.
Look, this movie has 100 parts. We gotta fill them out somehow. And yeah, now we're just
Hey,
doing this
Robert,
funeral.
you'll float too.
Oh, Harold. What even is that jacket?
Do you think that yellow rain jacket is a reference to it?
Oh. Yes. Do you think her yellow gloves are a reference to Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Harold, I don't know what you're trying to do. I just know you're doing it poorly.
It's
What
funny
even
too
is that
because
blade?
I feel like the romance with Fran and Stu isn't the best developed, but it's him or Harold. I should pick Stu.
Like, the choice is pretty obvious. You love these low angle shots.
No, I like how even the older guys are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" No, it's like he's the toxic nice guy who thinks he's owed something for all those years of friendship, but he's
Yes.
also dumb and like incompetent.
But he can also build a bomb.
Well, he's smart. He's book smart. He's street
Yeah.
stupid.
My head canon is that's probably the trajectory he was going anyway if the apocalypse didn't happen. That kid was blowing up his school.
Harold, you look like I should be telling your friends not to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, this is the only part of the miniseries where I feel like I missed an episode. We're talking about a lot of stuff I did not see.
Tell it, don't show it.
You know, maybe I can, of course, refer to the book behind me. And see
Yeah,
if I
like you've been
missed.
asking me all these questions about the fucking book. You have it. You bastard.
Well, in the book, they refer to Harold as a genius, a sex-starved teenage genius.
Oh, Jesus. What book is it? I was reading one. Because King is really awkward with romance and sex. I don't remember what book it is, but he has somebody refer to breasts as bajoobies.
Ugh.
It's like, what the
Well, and
fuck?
later in this, I think Harold refers to Nadine as juicy. Don't say that. We'll get to it. But yeah, check this out. They had courage. They had brains. They were willing to use every weapon, from savage
Oh,
strength to seductive sex.
I found it. I don't know what book this is from. Wait a minute. Larry Crockett. Okay, so this is from the Salem's Lot book. A foul mouth girl with the most delectable set of jahoobies you ever cracked onto.
Was this a
This
thing in the 70s? I don't
this
know.
is an actual passage from Stephen King. Oh,
Well, when we do the it
why wasn't that in
commentaries,
the remake?
oh god, when we do the it commentaries, do you want to read aloud the passages that didn't make it on screen? Do
I
you want to
want you
read
to read them
those pain?
specifically. Yes.
No, God no. But yeah, it is really funny that the book is set in '85, and then by the time we make the miniseries, we're well past that.
Robert, I sent you your new favorite Stephen King passage.
Oh no.
What?
Oh my god. I can't. Wow, that's interesting. Because I heard about this. I can't believe this made it on the book. So they are farther along than I thought. Soon to be a major motion picture directed by George A. Romero.
That's
Screenplay by Stephen King.
fascinating.
I knew that was discussed. I didn't know it got to the point of being printed on the freaking book.
That's crazy.
Because yeah, like he was one he was talking to, and when he was trying to make this a movie. I'm curious what that would have looked like.
No, that is insane. So, Robert, how do you pronounce that word?
Oh no. And jaboobies.
King writes like a literary masterpiece, and then sometimes you get that shit. Oh, Mike Flanagan got to see this at a big on the big screen, sitting next to Mick Garris.
Oh, that's amazing. Did they play it all in one sitting?
Yeah, in one sitting.
That's amazing.
And he talks about he was a sophomore in high school when this came
Oh
out, and he
wow.
watched it as it aired, and had a major impact on him.
I can see why.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
he says, yeah, some things haven't aged well, but like this will always have a bit place in my heart because
no, that's nice.
this was ambitious for '94.
Oh, very much so.
I found his list. Okay, so I think you'll find this interesting. This is his list of ranking Stephen King adaptations. I don't agree with some of them as adaptations, but
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Well, he's got The Shining at number one.
which is really funny as an adaptation.
Yeah, Shawshank, Carrie. Running Man's like a big one I still need to see.
Running Man's great. It's just I can't show it to you on the channel because it's not a horror film.
I get. Oh my god, he has Maximum Overdrive at number 14. That's amazing.
I love that he has that over. Um,
The New Salem's Lot.
is that the new one? Oh yeah, he really didn't like that one.
Poor Trucks is in his last one. I've never seen Trucks.
I don't even know what that is. Crazy.
And the Dark Tower is very low, showing his hand there. Like, yeah, I can do that one better.
I do disagree with him with the Carrie remake. I think it's better than Firestarter. Well, I haven't seen the Firestarter, the original.
To each their own.
I haven't even heard of some of these. What the fuck is sometimes they come back?
It's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes
Oh
they come
god, that
back.
shot of him looking out the window and the
Nope,
that
it's
didn't
not
look
good.
good.
So I thought Trucks was what Maximum Overdrive. Oh my god, dude, I always forget about this. Yeah, Trucks is the short story and then was remade. So Trucks was adapted by King into Maximum Overdrive as the 80s movie, and then it was remade as a TV movie in the 90s called Trucks. I always forget about
I
this one.
did not know about this.
It premiered in 97 on the USA Network and stars a whole bunch of actors I'm not familiar with.
Is that the only time that you can think of where the original is also terrible, but like it's so unhinged that people just prefer the original?
Of course, hey man, Maximum Overdrive's memorable.
That's true.
And he directed it, man. He owned it. The only like for me, the only real stain on Maximum Overdrive's legacy, like, oh, well, that makes it less fun, is the fact that he was so. Do you know about the thing with the cinematographer?
No.
King was so unhinged and unprofessional making that movie that he insisted on doing the stupid gag with a lawnmower for real, where everyone was telling him like, "Dude, you got to take the blade out. Like, you can't have a lawnmower that close to a camera." Like, and he's like, "Well, no, it's not gonna look good if it doesn't have the blade in it. It'll look fake." And it ended up the lawnmower ended up going over like a wood chip or something that then got lodged into the cinematographer's eye. Like,
Ooh.
the cinematographer of that movie lost an eye making Maximum Overdrive. That sucks. So yeah, that is the we love to joke about coked out insane Stephen King, but that's him at his most like irresponsible. Like, ooh,
Unhinged.
that blows.
Yeah.
I think the guy like because the cinematographer did sue him and I think did get a bunch of money out of it. So that's something. But that sucks. Dude, you're not looking too good, man. But yeah, I always forget about the TV movie version of Trucks. But that was late '90s, so
Would you
we're
say
kind of
that
done by.
that being remade is eye for an eye?
Oh,
I'm surprised Children of the Corn ranks so low for him.
yeah, that is.
Under the Lawnmower Man. I've only met one
That's
person that
impressive.
likes that movie.
Well, in the original Children of the Corn, I don't even know what to qualify it. Like, it's not a cult classic, but I mean, it was a hit. It was at least successful at the time. Um, it just has such a weird legacy now.
I'm shocked that he's missing some Stephen King adaptations. He's only ranked the first It, the 2017 one.
Yeah, and I don't think the ones. Well, I don't think the ones he's made he put on there, or at least I didn't see him.
No, but like he only has the 2017 one. Miniseries isn't
And not
here.
chapter
Part
two.
two isn't
Oh, weird.
here.
Yeah, I wonder where the miniseries would go for him. Was and I didn't spot the original Salem's Lot. I saw the new Salem's Lot was on there, but I didn't see if he had
The
the
original
original.
Salem's Lot is number 9.
Oh, okay, that's pretty right. Because that was
Read
Toby
the
Hooper, right?
poster, Robert.
Man.
Yes, that is Toby Hooper. Um, he doesn't have the Firestarter remake on here, which I mean that's fine. That remake
Yeah.
sucks ass.
Oh, Nadine, what are you wearing?
Why does it look like it's held up with a rope?
What's wrong with your face?
The Green Mile is not on here.
Yeah, that's weird.
Complete fraud. Mike
Maybe it.
Flanagan hasn't seen the Green Mile.
And holy shit, it's Joe Hill.
Oh my god.
No,
Are you surprised that he still does cameos like this after a creep show?
I mean that's King's best performance, right? Like
I mean, I
unironically,
don't hate it, but he was embarrassed by that.
which is really funny. I think he's great. He's so much fun. I don't know. It's weird that he's not just a cameo. He's like kind of a character here. Like he pops up 3 or 4 times.
He's also one of those people that like he has like a really memorable face,
Yeah.
but it's also because I think he kind of looks weird. Like
He looks like the Who's from the live action Grinch movie, if we're being honest. It's fine.
I'm also really curious if he'll be in the Dark Tower. Not to spoil the Dark Tower, but the last couple of books get really meta. Like they go to the real world and they meet Stephen King, and like he's a character in his own books. And it gets really weird. They should cast his son to play Stephen King.
Yeah, Joe Hill. But I mean, and Joe Hill does just like he does just look like him.
Yeah. And I don't normally have that like, oh shit, like these two people look the same. But I could see it with him.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Maya Hawke, like she just looks like Uma Thurman to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I always think about that with these projects that like are kind of niche now, but I'm a big fan of like approaching an actor and be like, hey, I really like this thing. I doubt anybody else has ever brought it up to you, but I'm gonna be the first.
I think that's more interesting. I mean, I haven't really gotten to meet many celebrities, but I would try to bring up more obscure stuff. You
They
know,
go up to
just
Gary
not
Sinise
not
and be like, "Yeah, The Stand is my favorite thing that you've ever been in."
and for no reason you should wear like a CSI New York T-shirt just to
And a
fuck with
Forrest Gump hat.
it. Yeah, the first thing my mom ever saw Gary Sinise in was Forrest Gump, and she just assumed he in real life didn't have legs because that visual effect was that good and that impressive.
That's amazing.
Oh my god, it's the biker gang from Dawn of the Dead. They're screwed. Tom Savini
This
shows
would
up.
be a lot better if Tom Savini got a cameo.
Tom Savini should show up as his character from Dusk Till Dawn as one of the good guys.
Well, I don't know if
Cross
you,
them over.
because you've seen Land of the Dead, right?
I haven't seen it starts to finish, but yeah, I know he has a cameo in that.
Well, not only does he have a cameo, according to Romero, he is playing the same character from Dawn of the Dead, just as a zombie.
Even though he looks like 30 years older,
It's fine.
that's fine. No, yeah, I think he's holding the machete still after all those years. Great. Oh my god, it's that chick who was awful left. And Stephen King's like, I'm still here. I'm part of the movie now. Have you ever done a Maximum Overdrive commentary on the channel?
I've never seen it.
Oh my god.
I know. Funnily enough, I'd never even heard of it until I joined the Discord.
That's amazing.
It's been on
For
the
a long
list.
I mean, it usually ranks pretty low for Stephen King movies, but you know what? It is so bad it's good. It's great
And I
time.
feel like I would like it, but I also feel like I'm kind of waiting to watch that with people.
Yeah. I'll still add it to the list.
That's fun. Is that a horror movie? I think I've
It
seen from it. It makes it
counts.
looks like a comedy.
It's comedy, action, horror. Fuck you. It's all of it.
Oh,
I mean,
it's stuff
but
like
it
this that
is.
kind of makes me love this version because they're so just stuck with the technology of the time. It's like, oh,
Mm,
that's fun.
yeah, they got the lights back on. And this is so morbidly funny, like all these machines turning back on, and you're seeing all these corpses everywhere. Like there's some great visuals here.
Yeah, So let me ask you this, because Abigail's really only purpose of the story is to bring these people together.
Yes.
Do you think she sticks around too long? Like, what is she? What purpose to the narrative does she serve now?
Well, their way around that though is having her feel guilty for vaguely sinning. So, which we're establishing here. So she leaves and then comes back and dies.
We love
I don't know
coming
how
back to
necessary
die.
though. Yeah, it's really weirdly handled. It would probably make more sense to just keep her around and then have her die in the explosion or get wounded in the explosion and then die.
In my head, that is how that happens, but I know it's probably not.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe that's how it happens in the book, but yeah, the show, it's just kind of weird.
You have the book.
Nah,
Read a
a lot of
book,
wood.
or we're all gonna die.
And like I said, scenes like this, we've got what, like 300 extras in here, plus the main cast. Like, it's pretty cool. I like the
Yeah,
scale
no, this is
of
impressive.
this scene. And why is Colonel Sanders here?
Uh, he he's immune because of the chicken.
That's the secret. That's the twist. We got an ending.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Every time I see his jeans, I'm just reminded of how awful 90s jeans were. They just look so bad and uncomfortable. And I'm like, God, what were we doing? We did not figure out jeans yet. If you can remember such a time.
I mean, even as a kid, I didn't wear jeans.
So we just saw Stephen King sitting next to, I think, Mick Garris. If it's not him, it's the guy who looks just like Mick Garris. Because he'll sometimes cameo and stuff. Or stuff he makes. Whoa, I like applauding.
I applauded it for being different.
He said a thing, I recognize that. Okay, this scene's cute and all, where they sing the national anthem. Did they have to do the whole song?
Yes. How
This goes on a
unpatriotic
while.
of you.
America.
Yeah, how dare you not be moved to tears? Are you just unpatriotic?
Nick doesn't even have his hand over his heart. What an asshole.
He can't hear what's happening.
He can still do this. Bastard.
I love that Gary Sinise is like the most half-assed. Like, it goes here, right? And before somebody in the comments is like, "How dare you be unpatriotic for the stand?" This feels like a TV movie thing.
It
I
does.
I feel like this is not in the book. King wouldn't have given a shit.
Yeah, I don't like the face he's making. Play ball. I mean, you say that. I just saw Stephen King applauding. He's into it.
He was scripted too. That's not Stephen King. That's Ted. He's looking for the corkscrew.
Oh no, Abigail's dementia's kicking in.
No, no, no.
Don't
Wait.
don't go. Don't walk down there.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, where the fuck are you to go? You're like 150.
Woo! He said beer. Yeah. Also, Nick just wrote he's a natural. How do you know? Yeah, take a good look at this chick in the blue shirt because she's gonna be really important later. And I completely forgot this is where she was introduced. Maybe we actually saw her earlier, but still, she had like 2 lines. And then musician guy is now dating red-haired lady. I think their whole romance happens completely off screen.
Yeah.
We saw them meet, and then they're just dating at some point.
This is fine.
One of my few gripes with this, and maybe this is a result of the budget, but you kind of lose this sense of like community of the safe haven after this scene because once we're past this, we're back to only focusing on 15 or 20 characters who
Well,
are all we ever see.
yeah, and maybe this is old memories, like I could be remembering wrong. I always kind of got the gist that it was a small like community. It
Mhm.
wasn't basically a small town.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to rewrite it. I'm just because I mean, look at that's at least 300 people. Um, what I would expect the story to do is having Randall Flagg and his accomplice, kind of tear them apart from the inside, making them turn on each other. Like you get a smidge of that with the bomb, but that's kind of the extent of it. I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop and these people start turning on each other. That's not really what we do. This ends up being a lot more optimistic than that.
Well, it's funny too that they titled this episode "The Betrayal" because it's gonna be like Nadine and Harold.
Yeah,
Okay.
who have both sucked the whole time. They have contributed nothing. They've just been tagging along. No, that's a really good point. Yeah, that's not much of a betrayal.
I don't think any of them like Harold anyway.
Nope.
They tolerate him at best. I think Stu is just mildly confused by him. That is probably my favorite dynamic where Harold like sees him as a threat to Nadine to Franny, and like is jealous and is like trying to puff up his chest and shit. And Stu's just like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Well, that was the thing I was going to mention earlier too. Is in the same scene we find out that Franny's pregnant, and her and Stu like have their first kiss, and are like, "Hey, Harold, by the way, we're gonna start dating now." I'm like, "Wait, did he get her pregnant?" And, like I was very confused and lost because we jumped so much time. And yeah, now this is the scene where they find out that Mother Abigail has abandoned
Albania is lost.
them. I want this kid to say something. Also, Mother Abigail, you couldn't wait like a day. You had to leave during their big town community meeting. That seems kind of selfish. Like, look at this. Now she's gonna be like, Mother Abigail's gone, and they're like, oh fuck.
That is the interesting thing about the mentorship character of them knowing when is the right moment to let the people they're leading. Not to
Mhm.
take this back to Harry Potter, but I'm going to. Um, is I don't think J.K. Rowling knew what to do with Dumbledore for the first 5 books
Mhm.
because he's just there for the first 3, and then he's kind of in 4. And then in 5, his bright idea is I'm going to ignore this child that just went through hell, and I'm not going to let his friends be in communication with him. And then
Yeah,
in 6, it's
it's
like, oh, now I'm going to tell you everything because I'm dying.
right. Like those stories work from Harry's point of view, from the protagonist's point of view, but it also just doesn't feel like Dumbledore's really doing anything.
Yeah,
Like he's not investigating. Like, does he know where the chamber is? I don't know, but he knows to send Fox there at the end. He doesn't show up. He's just like, ah, Harry will be
I
fine.
kind of have always had the feeling, maybe as I've gotten older, that the first 2 books are Dumbledore testing him, which is fucked. He was 12.
Very. Yeah.
And in 3, you
Yeah.
cannot convince me he doesn't know exactly what's happening. I have many questions about the whole Sirius Black thing. Was there a trial? Did you gather evidence?
Hey, look, it's the main crew and a blonde lady.
But I also think J.K. Rowling is trying to write him as morally gray, but she sucks
Mhm.
at morality. So by the end, you just pretend that he's the good guy and not a potential psychopath.
John, it was part of God's plan. Don't question
Oh,
it. Oh, hi, Nadine. Long time no see.
I like this dynamic in terms of he's kind of her last attachment to the good
Mhm.
side, and like she doesn't want to be evil, but it's such an overwhelming draw.
Mhm. No, I like that idea. I just don't think we saw enough of him being nice to her.
Which arguably you could say is the point. Like he kind of pushes her into Flagg's arms, but I also don't understand why she changes her mind at the last second.
Well, I think she's deeply regretted her actions at that point.
Mistakes were made.
Well, and that's what's interesting though about the story from a biblical perspective is the king kind of splits Judas like into two characters with Harold and Nadine. Like there's a bit of Judas in both of them. And a spoiler alert, both end up taking their own lives just under different circumstances.
I will say I don't like Harold. Like I think he's a good character, but like he's written well enough that I hate him.
Mhm.
What happens to him is horrifying.
Oh yeah, it's messed up. And yeah, you could say that he kind of pushes her into Flag's arms, but she's coming on way too strong here and has already left him multiple times. So you know this is going to end badly anyway. She is so responsible for her choices. She can't just say, "Oh, let's be friends. Let's hang out." She's like, "No, I want to fuck you now." Make love to me. You tease. You you sent all the signals.
Yeah, and to be fair to him, she's coming off as a crazy person right now.
Yes. It's just weird. It is weird that we have not one but two crazy, horny, evil girls. Maybe one's enough. It's weird that we do two. And this is where I get real confused because he just told her that this lady, this is his wife now. What? I missed something. It's enough of a
Well, think
leap
about
that
it.
they're. I get that they're dating and living together, but his wife? Okay, I missed something.
Don't think it. Don't say it.
That's kind of a jump forward. I don't know. Like I said, the jump from episode 2 to 3 is by far the most awkward of any of these episodes, where we skip over a lot. And this character, you were talking early on about this guy not being that interesting, kind of underdeveloped. I feel the same way about her. By the end, her only role is, well, she's also pregnant, so she's also going to keep humanity going, but she doesn't really get a lot to do outside of her setup. But they're a couple
Are you
now.
talking about the
Okay,
redhead?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't even. I forgot about her.
yeah. At the end, she's pregnant, so okay. Also, Nadine, what are you wearing? I can't get a handle on this outfit. And like I said, it's over the top, but I think this actress does sell all these shades of this character, like the desperation, the lust, the loneliness, and the dark side, and then the guilt. Like she checks every box. I mean, I like a morally conflicted villain.
And I do think just her story alone could make a cool horror film.
Hmm.
Because obviously it's the shades of Dracula or Nosferatu, but with a different take. Like he's not a true vampire; it's more like being seduced by the devil.
Hmm.
We've made enough Antichrist movies. Like
Yeah, this is a little different. Like I said, I think maybe blonde lady and redhead lady you probably could have combined into one character.
yeah,
This is when I start forgetting who. This is when I start forgetting who some of these people are.
I read a lot of King stuff, even his books, where I remember the protagonist. You know, Stu, Larry, Reed, I think Reed. But then you get into some of the side characters that are just there to fill out the story. I'm like, who are you again?
I do like the old guy though, Glenn. We haven't really talked about him much. He that actor is very likable. But another character I can't get a strong grasp on because earlier he had that scene like, well, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe we shouldn't try to reset the world. And why are we doing this just for Mother Abigail? But then at this point, he's like super on board, and I don't know what happened in between because he ends up being like very for the cause by the end of this. Like, there are characters who have like these arcs where I do think I'm missing some of it. That's probably in the book.
Are you saying it needs to be more than 6 hours? No, but I think that's what I was saying because you're talking about Larry, right?
Well, him and Glenn, the
Okay.
older guy.
Well, with Larry specifically, that's kind of what I was talking about with his backstory. Is they cut out. He's the flaky guy. He's good at heart, but he doesn't always follow through. And now he's at this point where he doesn't have anywhere else to go.
Okay, that's something. And now
Whereas,
we're
in the old world, he'd always go back to his mom. His mom bailed him out and say,
mhm,
"Oh, you'll do better next time." He doesn't have that
yep,
anymore.
yeah. It's the thing I'd like to kind of wish we got to talk about more. But now we're at my favorite scene where we volunteer and trick and hypnotize a mentally challenged man into going on this dangerous journey. What?
To be fair, this plays differently here. Um, I think in the book, I could be wrong. This isn't to him. The idea isn't to hypnotize him to go. It's to hypnotize him so if he gets caught, he won't remember anything.
And
But
this
there
is
is a
important for the
reason in the book that
plot.
it has to be him, but I can't remember why.
Yeah, like this whole hypnotism thing is kind of goofy, but the plot does necessitate it later. But the framing of it's just weird of them all discussing like, well, who's the third guy? And then Nick going, I know the perfect person. My mentally challenged friend, he can go. But we gotta hypnotize him first. Thanks, Nick. I mean, he doesn't literally say that out loud because he's, deaf. But that is what happens. Like, I don't want to rag on this back half too much, but I think for me, the first episode is probably the best.
Well, I have that
Uh,
with the book too, where I think the stuff with the plague and just seeing these characters go on this journey to get here is the best part.
yeah, and this stuff's still fine. This miniseries does just get progressively lighter and cheesier as it
Mhm.
goes. Which isn't inherently a bad thing, but there are some problems here and there.
Yeah.
Like I said, the framing of the scene's just really weird. And something I think you'd probably change if you were readapting this.
Yeah, we've already seen that. You just adapted non-linearly.
Yeah, now I wonder who played Tom in the
Oh God, I don't know actually.
2020s one.
I don't know if I got to him or Nick. Another that adaptation. Funnily enough, I think had the same thing as this. Where does anybody remember that now?
No, I think that got quickly forgot. I remember some hype for it when it was coming out, and then it just died.
Brad William Henke. Henke? Oh, good. They got a football player.
Oh,
Oh, he's an actor. Okay, fair enough.
he was in Space Jam.
He was. I loved that movie.
Good for him. Yeah, it says he died a couple years ago. It's fortunate.
Oh, damn. He was also in. I just saw it. It was like a real movie. Oh, he's
He,
in Pacific Rim as the
oh,
memorable
that's cool.
construction foreman.
He was also, believe it or not, as different characters in episodes of CSI, Cold Case, Law and Order, and CSI Miami, and Criminal Minds. He was in all.
He's he's in Castle too.
Of course.
Oh, he was a character on Orange Is the New Black for
Oh, damn. Okay, that's something. And it looks like his last role was in an episode of Law and Order SVU.
how embarrassing.
Yeah,
Maybe
better
that's
than
what
the
killed him.
Stand remake, I guess.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
weird. He's
R.I.P.
only in 6 out of 9 episodes of The Stand. Oh God.
Oh, and Nat Wolf is Lloyd? That's weird casting.
Dude, what did they do? Okay, are you ready to see Tom Cullen in the 2020 The Stand?
Oh no. Oh no.
What did they do? He looks like they just threw random shit on him.
Why is he dressed like the bear guy in The Shining?
Oh god.
We'll watch it one day.
They made Nick Brazilian for some reason.
Yeah. This is a story where you can race bend some of the side characters. I think that's fine.
Did you just call Nick a side character? Fuck you.
This is Stu's story, damn it.
Owen Teague as Harold. I do remember. Oh, Patrick from the new It movies is Harold. That's fitting.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember him, but he's one of the bullies. Oh
Oh.
God, Robert, they made him look somehow slimier.
No, no.
Like people thought he was gonna be a good guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. But back to this version. I do. We only really get it in one scene, but I do like addressing. Yeah, in this town we're rebuilding, we have all these freaking dead bodies we got to dispose of. So somebody's got to do it.
He's got
It
to
ain't much,
do
but
it.
it's honest work. All right, I like addressing stuff like that in apocalypse stories, where it kind of takes the fun out of the zombie survival fantasy of oh yeah, but the cleanup would suck. Seems to me you're trying to seduce me, Nadine. She's wearing red because she's evil. Don't fall for it, bro. Is it just me, or does Harold start morphing into Crispin Glover as he
Glover.
gets more evil?
Yes, he does continue to morph into Christmas Glover.
Holy Jesus, goddamn! Holy Jesus, jumping Christmas shit.
No, I can see that. They got to be thinking about that, right?
Yeah,
Because he
maybe.
does kind of look like Crispin Glover in Willard.
Mm. Well, and also when he's more of a nerd early on, when he's got the glasses, like he does look kind of like George McFly in
And
Back to
as
the
someone who
Future.
wears glasses, fuck you. You can't just decide I'm done wearing glasses.
Yes, you can. Movies have taught me this. He looks cooler without them, though.
That's one of the things that cracks me up in the Harry Potter movies. Like, does he change his prescription every year? He's been wearing those since he was like, I don't know, an infant. Can he actually see anything that's happening?
This scene isn't romantic at all. It's just weird.
Yeah, maybe you should have waited to dye her hair gray until after this. It looks like the crazy grandma down the street's hitting on the pool boy again. And also the way this is shot, like, kind of looks like a documentary. Like, I don't know if you're having that, but
No, it's weird. It's also it's such a weird offer because she's like, all right, so I want you to come with me and do some really evil shit, but I can't offer you like the full sex because I gotta bang Satan. Are you cool with that? And he's like, yeah. This poor guy, no matter what side he's on, he's either getting cucked by Stu or he's getting cucked by Randall Flagg.
some
Can't
people are
catch a
just born to
break.
be the cuck. Put that on the poster. You know what though? I can't blame him. If she was coming on to me, I'd probably also cry.
Well, it's really funny and gross, like how much they can imply, given that this is, a network television series. But what she's proposing is, okay, we can't do the sex, but there is other stuff I can that won't break the rules. And you're like, ugh, I don't want to picture her doing that with him, but that's what's implied. And he's like, all right, that's good enough for me.
Well, what
I
surprises me is how far the scene with her and Flag is allowed to go later.
it goes pretty far, but she's wearing a bra, so it's fine.
Well, because usually, like, yeah, you get the makeout scenes on TV, but to show something that is specifically non-consensual.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about before, I grew up with CSI, and that was in the 2000s, and that was very boundary pushing for what they could show.
And even then, they couldn't show shit
Same.
like that. That was all you
You
usually
still
saw
could.
the after the fact.
Yeah. But I don't want to see Harold in these situations. This isn't sexy at all.
I just don't want to see Harold. Can he die already?
That's just something else. Thank you. It's like, all right, Mother Abigail's gone. We're still talking about that. In case you forgot. And I'm guessing this judge guy is set up more in the book because we've just seen him tag along, and then he's just one of the three volunteered. Like, yeah, he can go. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, probably. I feel like he's just one of the people that Stu picks up along the way.
Yeah,
I don't know,
like he
because
just
King
kind of
does
shows
have
up
that
in the.
like layers of like these are the important people, these are the slightly less important people, and these are just people that are there.
Yeah, and then also his subplot doesn't amount to much. Like he just gets killed. He doesn't get to do anything. It's very sad and weird. It's just scenes like this that do slow down a little because I'm like, I don't know. Can we get to some of the other characters? Nah,
'Cause I
what do
still
you
have the
show me here? I don't want to see that.
just for comparisons, because I still have the page up. This is Francine from the remake, and while I haven't finished the show, unless something changes, she has to romance James Marsden.
Oh God.
Yeah, she looks 17.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe don't do that. Yeah, speaking of awkward romances, how old is he supposed to be? And how old is she supposed to be?
Somewhere between 18 and 40. Oh, okay. So my Harry Potter thing was not as out of left field as I thought. David Yates almost directed a remake of this
Oh, interesting.
with Ben Affleck. And apparently he wanted Matthew McConaughey to play Stu and Christian Bale to play Randall Flagg.
That's interesting.
And this was supposed to be a film version, but it was planned from the start to be a multi-film version.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
Jesus. They were going to do 4 movies.
that's insane. That's too much. Now I see why this didn't happen.
Yeah, Ben Affleck and Scott Cooper both dropped out due to creative differences. And then apparently, and then oh, sorry. So Gates leaves at some point. Josh Boone is pulled in. He's the one that wants Bale and McConaughey.
Hmm.
And then they were going to do 4 movies. And then somebody was like, no, 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 no. We'll do an 8-part Showtime miniseries. Oh my God. Okay, no, it gets more insane. Warner Brothers proposed an 8-part Showtime miniseries to set up the story, which would then culminate in Josh Boone's film.
Why would you do that? Why? Why?
So I don't know if that was like an 8-part miniseries and then the 4 films, or if 3 of those movies would just be where he worked into this 8-part Showtime movie. Can you
Okay.
imagine that? Here, to watch this movie, you have to watch 8 hours of television, and then we're gonna make 3 more after this.
Good God.
Ugh.
I mean, that's a thing we struggle with now because we always anytime we have like a big show on TV, it's like, well, what if they do a movie? How will that do in theaters? And we're still not sure. It's still seen as a risk because it's that tricky thing of, well, can you expect everyone watching the show to go see the movie? And then how many people are going to see the movie without seeing the show who are just going to be lost and confused? That's just a weird experiment.
Warner Brothers was oddly like confident in the stand of all things.
Yeah, why that one?
Oh my god! Now I wish that had happened. I don't know if they would have even gotten to the movie parts, but that would have been funny. Robert, wake up! We
And
got
I'm not even saying
more
it's
hours to
fine.
go.
Yeah, less than 2. We're almost there. I'm not even saying I want this, but hypothetically, if we got the reverse of what we're doing, like with it, if they announced, well, we're gonna do like a Pennywise origin show, and then we're gonna adapt it as a couple movies, that makes a little more sense, right? Not saying they should have done that. I'm just saying.
And then at some point in all that insanity, the CBS All Access show was
Yep.
created.
And yeah, and then that got dumped on Paramount of all things. Like,
Well, that was a CBS All Access original.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and how many people watch those? I don't know
Well,
a
and it
single
was even
person
weirder
I've
because
heard
that
who
was
like.
when it was CBS All Access. Nobody knew
Hmm.
what the fuck CBS All Access was. Like,
It
we
was
give
the Star
these
Trek
streaming
Discovery channel.
services shit for their like bland naming, but people are going to recognize Paramount Plus over CBS All Access.
Yeah.
I still don't know what NBC was thinking with Peacock. How many people know that their logo is supposed to be a peacock?
I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, look, it's Blonde Lady. She's still part of the crew. Take a
remember
shot
Fran is
every time she.
pregnant?
Yep. That is when you could tell though, like when we fade to black and come back. Whenever we do that, we immediately lead with some exposition. Like, by the way, don't forget this important detail. It keeps happening. Like the last scene with the two guys talking about sitting about as a spy. They're like, "Yeah, Mother Abigail's been gone a while." Sheila, like, she did leave. They seem to be doing fine without her. Oh my god. Somebody set this backlot on fire.
How fucking dare they?
God, Harold. Even in Dreamland, you're a fucking nerd. Hey, see, he's wearing his glasses again while he's dreaming. Oh god.
Meanwhile, at the Riddler's base of operations,
What am I watching? Creep Show?
you know,
What's happening?
at this time, he wouldn't have made a bad Riddler.
No? Yeah, I don't know if I've seen this dude in anything else, but I do like him here.
I now have
Well,
two people for my casting of 90s TV Batman.
Gary Sinise?
No, I have always said that David Borneaz in Angel would be the perfect TV Batman for that time period.
Yeah. I can see
And now I have a Riddler.
that. We got one.
Oh, Marvel did a 6 issue. Wait, what?
Hey,
Okay, I need to read this out loud because I don't understand. Marvel Comics adapted The Stand into a series of 5 issue comic book miniseries. So is it a
that's
six
a lot of
issue?
comics.
Is it a 6 issue miniseries or is it a 5 issue miniseries? Which is it?
This
Oh,
one,
so that is
Harold
something that
jumped
they
into the
don't
woods.
bring up in this as well. The virus that gets the nickname of Captain Trips, that I don't think they ever mention in this.
I
Also,
don't
because
know.
I mentioned, so in 1990, The Stand is reprinted as the complete and uncut edition. Over 400 pages were added back in.
Good lord.
So you have like a relic, and you better never get rid of that because that's super interesting. Not only because it's the original version, but also the George Romero thing.
Yeah. The 400 extra pages were just weird Harold and the
Sex
Dean
dreams.
sex dreams.
So this is Corin Nemec, Harold.
Mhm.
Do, 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 do. He's been in a lot, but nothing I have heard of.
Oh, and this black guy here, he was in Sleepwalkers. He
Oh,
plays a cop. That there's a few people Mick Garris brought over from that in here.
oh no, Robert. He was in Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
Oh no, I've never seen it.
I didn't even realize until a couple years ago that there was like an entire Anaconda and Lake Placid cinematic universe.
Those direct-to-video movies, man. There's a lot of them.
He's in an episode of Smallville?
Interesting. Which one?
Zero. What episode is that?
Zero. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So that is the episode where Lex is framed at Club Zero.
Which season is it?
That is episode. That's season 1.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the episode. Did you do any of the commentaries with us on season 1? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember at this point. I might not have been on season 1. No, I don't think I started doing some with you guys until 2.
That is the one where the guy comes to Smallville to terrorize Lex because he blames Lex for his sister losing her fiance at Club Zero because Lex seduced her or whatever.
Mm.
Okay, are you ready to get a laugh? He's the fiance.
That iconic character.
No, but think about it. He got cut by Lex Luthor.
Okay, look at this girl in the hard hat. We saw her earlier, and I'm like, who is that?
He's a spy.
Yeah. Who was sent off screen?
It's fine. You don't need to know.
Yeah, it's like when they're talking about sending spies out, that's just a random name they say. I'm like, I don't know who that is, and we don't see her leave. The last time we saw her, she was singing the national anthem, and now she's here with Randall Flagg.
This piece of music is a choice.
This scene's amazing. No, this is when Harold goes full evil, and he's amazing, and I've now forgiven him for all of his transgressions.
But I just find it funny that the only 2 things I've seen this actor in are roles where he gets cheated on by a woman. Oh, Robert. He's in CSI New York. He's in CSI Miami. He's in NCIS Los Angeles.
Of course.
He's in something called Star Trek Renegades that I've never heard of. Oh, it's like a fan film.
Oh.
So he's not even in an official Star Trek thing. He's in the fan film. Oh, and he did an episode of Tales from the Crypt that same year. Cool. And he played a character named Hal.
Has Jeffrey Combs ever been in a Stephen King adaptation?
Jeffrey Combs. I feel like
he seems like somebody, right?
Okay, so I take back my complaint. This music choice is amazing.
I love it. September 8th.
I am not seeing one. But to be fair, especially now, he's in a lot of shit.
Yeah. How is he not in a Stephen King miniseries, though? Missed opportunities.
I mean, how do you cast him in Watchmen and not give him Rorschach?
That's true.
Don't worry, he was in Beethoven's Treasure Tale as I can't even say this name. What the fuck? Robert, help me. How do you say that? How do you say that?
Fritz Bruschnauzer.
And he was in the classic movie Return to House on Haunted Hill. A decade later sequel to the remake of House on Haunted Hill that nobody liked. That's not true. I like that movie. Oh, I should see if that's on the list. We added 2 and I removed 1. I think that's an absolute win. Oh wait, House on Haunted Hill was already on there, so I put it on there twice. Whoops. It's
You're just
fine.
really trying to increase the chances of us landing on it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste Dawn of the Dead like 60 times till we get it.
Oh my god, she's back. And she looks like shit.
Oh my god.
She's like, I made a mistake. I should not have left.
Yeah, like what the fuck happened to you out there?
I don't know.
Why does it look like that's Justin from Power Rangers Turbo holding her?
No, I can't escape. Somebody kill him.
Dread it, run from it. Justin arrives all the same.
Oh no, he's wearing his stupid jacket again.
Okay, so if we're going with the religious angle, is the metaphor here that Jesus is 40 days in the desert?
Uh, I mean, I guess, except I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah. And I don't think that's something he puts in the book. It's just she disappears. Maybe that's the 400 extra pages. The Adventures of Abigail.
Oh, and their psychic powers are kicking in. Something's wrong. Nick will save the day.
To be fair, this isn't that far off from everything else that's happened in this with her communicating with them.
No. Oh.
It's really funny about the deaf and dumb guy screeching.
So, yeah,
I do
it's
like the irony that his like big declaration is the deaf guy who can't hear it.
yeah, that's fun. No, good explosion.
Yeah.
It's just, it's real. Okay, I will say that is a genuine mistake. We should have had another shot of that blonde lady in the house just so that we knew she blew up. Because I think they're gonna say her name later as one of the victims, but I don't remember what her name is.
That
But then
red
I'm like, oh, she died, I guess.
that red screen fade out was a choice.
Yeah, it was. And this dress was a choice. Oh,
Why does
why
she
is
have a
she
cape?
wearing? Why is she wearing this in Mother Abigail's dream fantasy? I don't know.
You don't know
It's
what Mother
weird.
Abigail's into. Don't judge. We don't shame here, sir. Um, I've had that stupid Star Wars musical they said you stuck in my head all day. I don't know if you actually watched it. Uh, the music
I
itself isn't bad. The faces when it shifts into the AI is horrifying.
oh god. This is one of the scenes though where Molly Ringwald, I just don't think she's great here. I don't know if it's the direction or the material. I think she's just kind of falling flat in the scene. Like that look on her face. This is not the most convincing crying I've seen her do on screen. I have sinned in pride. No, I think you sinned when you freaking left us for no reason and didn't tell us where you were going.
He left us. He left us. That's
It's
not
not
what I'm gonna do.
what I'm gonna do.
I don't know why he pauses during that line delivery, but I'm so happy he did.
It's so good. Oh my god. She doesn't look too good.
You think that it's a little convenient that she didn't like miscarry or anything from that explosion?
Yes.
She was just like, I hate kids. I want them all to die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the very end of the story, I get what he's going for though. Like it, this character's put through a lot of tests, and this baby, it takes a lot of fighting, to save this baby and for it to be born into this violent, hostile world. I get all that, but some of it seems a little stretched out. Yeah, now he's gonna rattle off all these people who died. I'm like, I don't know,
How dare you?
dick. Don't say that.
You can't say that.
It looks like Harold did it, and nobody's surprised. Like, what? He was my best friend. And that is part of where it's kind of a loose analogy, because part of the tragedy of the story of Jesus and Judas is that they were, friends. Nobody likes Harold. Or a surprise. Yeah, is somebody gonna put this old lady out of her misery already?
No.
She looks like the Crypt Keeper. Like I said, there is a lot of good makeup here, but sometimes we get a little too close to it, and you're like, that looks rough. You have to go on foot. Why? God couldn't give us a car? Ma'am, you're not in a position to be calling that dude a creature. You're not looking too hot yourself.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't say that.
It's fine. Also, other guy here maybe could have been cut. He gets a lot of screen time in this back half, and he doesn't really do anything. He's just there. Like, we just decided he's one of the main characters. I get it. He picked up Nick and Tom. It's fine. But now he's just like, oh, I'm a main character now. I'm not dead yet. Oh, right. We're a couple. This is my wife. Did you forget?
Remember? That really does kind of look like Justin from a Turbo movie. So there's a weird thing here because I think Stu is going with them, but then
Yep.
he'll get sick and has to go back.
He
Why did
gets
you?
taken out really easily. It's part of
Why did
God's
you have?
plan, John. Don't
Why did you
question
have
it.
him go in the first place?
Because he's the main character and he needs to be on screen.
God damn
And
it!
we talked over it, but Mother Abigail said that one of you will fall and not reach there. That's the payoff to that. It's like, so you have to go.
Yeah,
Because
and
you
I mean
stick.
that's not just like an in-universe thing. It's like King. What? Just don't have him go. I feel like they've aged her up a little bit to make this romance work a little bit more.
Yes. Because, like I said, in real life, they're maybe like 10 years apart in age, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't get hung up on that. Like, when both people are over 21, it's like, it's none of my business. I don't care.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you're over 18, do whatever the fuck you want.
John 2025. When I was skimming through some of the production, apparently it was like really cold for all of these shoots, and in scenes like this, I'm like, oh, I can tell. Like these actors look like they're freezing. And the reason why they were able to get all these locations though is they apparently did shoot a lot of this guerrilla style. They just drove places, shot what they needed, and just kept going. Like I respect that. And at least we brought the talking dog. Oh my god, it's the crow. When is Brandon Lee showing up? And was that the end of part 3?
You believe it was. Try to sync up this time. I'm gonna pause.